of the biggest surprises in the financial markets for the rest of 2016 could in fact be BlackBerry stock. Now I know BlackBerry has been a pariah essentially in the smartphone sector, but we have to be fair now. BlackBerry really catalyzed this whole smartphone craze. Sure, it was more based on a physical platform, but the idea of having a computerized, a digitalization on your hands, portable digitalization, that idea, that concept really started, that really influenced Apple in order for them to start their iPhone revolution. So there's a lot of intellectual capacity within BlackBerry, the company. However, of course, with the iPhone's dominance, BlackBerry stock has essentially died. I mean, this is a stock that used to be traded near $150 at the peak, and then now it's trading at less than $8 per share. Big time trouble, big time volatility. It's basically a shell of its former self. Nevertheless, I really think that this is going to be speculative, but there could be a chance. There could be a chance that BlackBerry could move higher. And one of the reasons why is that they are shifting their business strategy from one that is based on this commoditized industry, the smartphones, to one that is service oriented. And the service in which they are focusing is cybersecurity. They just made an acquisition on a UK-based cybersecurity firm, and what their intention is, they hope to be able to provide consulting services to major blue chip companies in order to secure their computer networks. And that's a very big issue. I mean, you see what hackers can do when it comes to, for example, Sony. They had a very embarrassing cybersecurity breach. Also Target. I mean, millions of credit card data were stolen from Target's computer networks. So cybersecurity is right now, it's close to an $80 billion industry internationally. And by 2020, that is going to be almost a $200 billion industry. To be able to protect your digital assets, that is going to be so crucial. That is going to be so important. Cybersecurity is basically the job of the future, because we are going to shift now from security being a commodity, a physical commodity, to one that is a digital commodity. That, my friends, is a major revolution, and you really have to give your hand to BlackBerry in order in that they are making a very smart shift in their business strategy. Also, you have to consider that the BlackBerry phone itself, while it's dying essentially, right? I mean, you saw what happened with Facebook. Facebook is no longer going to support the BlackBerry 10 model, so all the apps, the popular apps that were utilized by Facebook, that's not going to be supported for users of the BlackBerry 10. Nevertheless, BlackBerry came out with a Priv model, which has it's their premium model. It sells for about, I think, $700, and that has sold well. It had one carrier initially, AT&T, and now Verizon has picked it up. T-Mobile has picked it up. They see the value in having a premium product. So you see, this is another smart strategy, because as you may know, BlackBerry has suffered from a loss of headcount. That's been deliberate, of course, because they've been getting rid of a lot of unnecessary weight. Well, in the process of getting rid of unnecessary weight, some of the mistakes that other companies make when it comes to cost cutting is that they still retain a top line perspective. Whereas if you're going to make those cuts, if you're going to cut the headcount and you're going to cut some of the unnecessary weight, you have to start thinking in terms of the bottom line, in terms of not revenue, but earnings. And therefore, your products have to reflect a certain premium. It can't be a volume leader. It can't be a fighter brand. You have to think of yourself, now that you're a bottom line company, you have to think of yourself as a leader in premium products that have high margin as opposed to high sales volume. High margin is important when you are a bottom line company. And that is the perfect transition that BlackBerry's making. They're getting rid of the unnecessary weight, and therefore they are thinking bottom line. They are selling products, commoditized products, yes, but they're selling it at a premium. In addition, they are moving to a service-oriented business strategy. So despite the fact that they have not won historically in the markets in recent years, they are thinking towards the future.